Hola, and welcome to Spain Impossible. This is 8 things I had to give up to go back on the blueprint. And if you haven't heard of the blueprint yet, hop over to the Fat Loss After 50 podcast and check out the blueprint because I am just starting week 11. I am down 29 pounds, which means 2.9 pounds a week for 10 weeks is my average. And most doctors will tell you if you're losing between a half a pound and a pound and a half, you're doing good. Well, I'm almost doubling that with this blueprint. So if you need to lose weight, check out the blueprint. But if you're new here, take a moment right now and subscribe and smash the old like button, and I will dive right into what we're talking about today, which is the 8 things I had to give up to go back on the blueprint. All right, guys, I had to go back on the blueprint because I was an idiot and I got off of it. So I tell all that story in the Fat Loss After 50 podcast. So check that stuff out. But let's dive right in because I know your time is valuable. So the number one thing that I had to give up in order to go back on the blueprint and to get myself to 2.9 pounds a week over 10 weeks and continue to lose weight and continuing to get healthy, fast food and most restaurants. Now, there are some restaurants out there that are doing a good job and they're trying to serve a healthier food to people, which is great. But for the first 12 weeks, I just don't do any of it at all. And from this point forward, I'm not going to set foot in a fast food restaurant unless it's an extenuating circumstance. And that would be, on a road trip, whatever it happens to be, where there's just no other good options. But I'm going to pick the best option that I can possibly pick if I have to go there. So number 2 is ultra-processed foods. And if you don't know what ultra-processed foods are, those are the ones that are in the aisles at the grocery store. So you just stay out of the aisles if you can. Stay to the perimeter. That's where your good fresh fruits and veggies are, all that kind of stuff. The only reason you go down the aisle is if you need, a bag of long grain rice or a bag of beans or something like that you're going to cook at home yourself. So ultra-processed foods, out. Number 3 is unhealthy fats. And I'm not going to debate. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to go down the seed oil thing, blah, 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 blah. We've known for a long time that the healthiest fats that you can have are plant-based fats that are whole and unprocessed. What am I talking about? I'm talking about olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. I'm talking about avocado or avocado oil. But always better to have the olives or the avocado, right? I'm talking about coconut fat. These are the 3 biggies when it comes to plant-based fats. If you can, eat them whole. If you can't, use those fats for cooking and salads and all those types of things. Just don't even get mired in the muck of, oh, this is healthy or unhealthy or whatever. Just say, I'm going to use plant-based fats that are whole. So none of that expeller, processed, dihydrogenated, whatever the hell that stuff is. I don't even know. Stick to the healthy fats. Number 4 is quote unquote healthy foods. Now, I don't mean really healthy food. I mean the stuff that says on the box, healthy foods, or reduced fat, or lower sugar, or any of those things. If you're buying stuff like that, they're putting something else in there to make it taste good. So don't buy low fat, don't buy low sugar. If it's supposed to be healthy for you, it's ultra processed if it comes in a box or a wrapper for the most part. So I had to give that up. Number 5 is a big one for me. I don't know if you can see behind me, but those are all beer bottles, collector's ones from the Game of Thrones series. And I love beer. I love good, dark, heavy beers, and I also enjoy cocktails from time to time as well. Well, you can't lose weight if you're drinking your calories, so the alcohol's got to go. And I was a heavy drinker, but you know what? I feel 100% better not being on the alcohol. Number 6 is coffee. Now, why do I have to give up coffee? I drink my coffee black. I don't add sugar. I don't add cream. None of that stuff. Because in the blueprint, on the Fat Loss After 50 podcast, you'll find all of the details on the blueprint. There are 3 teas that you drink every day. There's actually 4, but the 4th one is a optional add-on. The 3 are part of the blueprint. So I switched to tea instead of coffee, and some of the teas do have caffeine in them, so I didn't, have headaches and grogginess and all that stuff that you get normally quitting coffee. I'm just finding smaller amounts of caffeine in a different place. So I just had noticed before that if I didn't give up the coffee, the weight just didn't come off the way that it does. And I don't know why. Maybe it's the higher dose of caffeine, whatever it happens to be. And you drink plenty with the teas. You don't need coffee on top of it. Number 7, we're almost to the end of the list here, guys. Number 7, I had to give up time. Now, not a whole lot, but I had to give up a little time to prep or to cook my own food. So if you're going to eat healthy and you're going to eat a whole food plant-based diet, you're going to have to spend a small amount of time. I don't spend much time. I mean, 10, 15 minutes a day is usually what it takes me to do my food for the day throughout the course of the day. And the only time I really need to prep is if I'm going to pre-cook potatoes, rice, things like that. And those don't take long at all, half an hour maybe on a weekend. So giving up some time in order to eat healthier is an excellent trade-off, if you ask me. Now, number 8. Number 8's a toughie. Number 8 was one of the hardest things that I had to give up in order to go back on the blueprint. And if you live in America, you're probably going to think this one's hard too. Sitting and binge watching TV. Now, it's just something that you have to do on the blueprint. You got to get in a half an hour of exercise here and there to start out with, and you work your way up to a half an hour of exercise 7 days a week. Now, we don't preach hitting the gym and doing work, all that. We're talking about 30 minutes of walking. You're going to walk for the rest of your life, right? You might as well walk for exercise. So I had to give up some of the time that I was spending sitting and binge watching TV in order to get my exercise in for the day. So do I have a bonus tip for you? Sure, why not? It's very hard in the beginning, but I don't miss it at all. There's nothing on this list that I go, oh, doggone it, I wish I could have this or I wish I could have that. And the blueprint starts off very easy, very mundane, and it keeps going. It's just that the first 12 weeks, you're getting yourself used to this new pattern of eating and looking at things in a different way. And then after 12 weeks, we start to flip up a little bit and we start to move more plant-based. And I'm not one of these guys that says everybody has to go vegan, everybody has to go vegetarian. I'm not, because I spent 2 years completely vegan. And over the course of that 2 years, I had taken off about 11 pounds. Now, I stumbled into the blueprint last year. I lost 45 pounds in 100 days. I went on to lose 55 pounds. And then because I'm an idiot, I got off of it and went, oh, I got this. Huh. Yeah, right. So I'm back in the blueprint now. I am completed 10 weeks in. I'm in week 11. Week 12 is when I'm going to start moving to a little more plant-based. In the blueprint, we talk about making small changes. So I'm going to make small changes as I step closer and closer to being whole food, plant-based. But I'm not going to demonize meat. I'm not going to demonize eggs. I'm not going to demonize cheese or yogurt or anything else, because there are no inherently bad foods. There are smarter choices to make, and there are some not smart choices. So the less not smart choices you make and the more smart choices you make, the healthier you're going to be. So thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. If this is the first time seeing me, hey, subscribe, like I said in the beginning. If you got value from this, buy me a coffee, because I provide all of this information for free. All of the resources on my website, SpainImpossible.com, are for free. Nothing is behind a paywall. I'm not holding back secrets to go, hey, jump on my webinar and I'll charge you $9.97 for the real secret. None of that stuff. I want to keep this free because it changed my life, and it continues to change my life. Just eating in this pattern and eating this way and eating these foods, I am so much healthier. I lose 2.9 pounds a week on average, and I have over 100 pounds is what my goal is to lose, and I'm already down 29. So come along for the journey, because it's going to be one hell of a journey. Hasta luego.